Hey everyone, what you're about to listen to is a slice discussion from the podcast that my friend John and I do called Hi Mom. We discuss various things, but we'll usually have a main topic. This is the main topic for that episode. If you want to listen to the full episode, we are available on podcast hosting apps like Apple, Spotify, and many more. I'll leave links in the description so that you can pick and choose where you want to listen to us for the full episodes. Thank you, and enjoy. Solar opposites. It has nothing to do with history. We kind of took a detour, but you were also wanting to talk about the podcast, wanted to make mention of it. Solar Opposites has nothing to do with history. It's the Justin Roiland other show that's not Rick and Morty, but it looks so much like Rick and Morty because, of course, it's Justin Roiland. Yes. And then, of course, the main character sounds exactly like Rick.
Except without any of the burping.
Yeah, except without any of the burping. Okay, so what did you think of this show? You said it's derivative.
Yeah, and that's what I said, and I stand by that. But it's not to say it doesn't have its good qualities. By the end of it, I really liked it. Okay. I enjoyed it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna give it a second look through later on.
Okay, so that was kind of my big question, I guess, was all right, if we're gonna okay, if you called it derivative, I can't say the word. Derivative. Say the word for me, please.
Derivative.
That word. Was it?
No, spell it.
To be negative? Are you knocking it for it or?
I mean, I guess initially it was because it was like, man, this is just Rick and Morty but with aliens, and Rick and Morty already has aliens. Because it does use science as a crutch, but I like the fact that in Solar Opposites they don't say exactly what they're doing. They're just like, oh, we're doing weird sci-fi shit. Yeah, and that's it. That's the entire explanation they give.
Yeah. I was watching I finished rewatching the season 1 just today too. I kept procrastinating on it, but when they go back in time, they just put down the shoes. So we're gonna reverse through time, and so you see them running backwards. I don't know. Yeah,
literally running backwards.
Yeah. So it kind of reminded me of Tenet.
Oh yeah, dude.
Maybe that's where they got the inspiration from.
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Solar Opposites came out before Tenet.
Oh, probably, because they both came out last year, and I remember watching Solar Opposites when it first dropped on, I think maybe June or something. I think Tenet didn't come out until August, right?
No, Tenet came out in November or December.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, Solar Opposites is I think from the summer.
Oh yeah, came out in May.
Solar Opposites.
Solar Opposites, yeah.
Oh, okay. I had a feeling. Yeah, but what did you think of the characters?
Okay. Let's break them down.
Okay, sure. We got Corvo. Yeah, Corvo.
Corvo. He's the scientist.
He's kind of
of the group.
He's like Rick, but not cool. He's he's neurotic. He's neurotic as hell. Huh?
And then we got Terry.
We got Terry, who's I think my favorite. He's
the pupa expert.
He's supposed to be the pupa expert. Doesn't know shit about it. He
didn't pay attention in class, you guys.
He's so much more. He's so laid back. He's just the opposite of Corvo in that way. But also, where Corvo hates Earth, he loves Earth culture. Every episode, he's wearing a different shirt that's essentially a meme. Then there's Yumulak. I think it's Yumulak. I think that's
Yumulak.
Yeah. Who is basically a reproduction, I guess, a respawn of
replicant. I think that's what they call them, right?
What do they call them?
Replicant? No.
Replicant. Yeah, they call them the replicants. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's because you're kind of cutting out. That's why I didn't hear what you were saying. But yeah, replicants.
And he likes to shrink people.
Yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into
okay.
yeah, and then I mean he's a dick. He's just like
he's a jerk.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He's a jerk. No ifs and buts about it. He's just a jerk. And then there's what you call it, Jesse, who is the replicant of Terry, and she's she's bright-eyed about the world. She wants to fit in with everybody else just as much as Yumulak does, but like she wants to go about it through like wholesome memes, right? Memes, yeah.
She wants to be more human, basically.
Yeah, and in that way, you can see how they are the I guess the replicants of Corvo and Terry. He's a jerk. Just
very similar traits.
Yeah, they have very similar traits. I found the replicants a little bit less interesting than Terry and Corvo. I think Terry and Corvo is what kind of carries the show for me whenever they're on screen. I really like the college episode where they, for whatever reason they just decide that they're gonna go to college, and Terry's like just going for that classic college experience, and he's so mad that that Corvo is being so neurotic about it, where he wants to be he essentially is just being like the nerd about it. And and he like dumbs them down so that they could have fun.
Yeah, he dude, I lost my train of thought.
No.
Okay, what about what do you think of Terry?
I love
Terry.
Terry.
You like them?
Yeah, I think he's my favorite character on here. I mean, like I said, every episode he's wearing a different shirt that's just a meme.
Wait, we forgot the pupa.
Oh, and then there's the pupa.
Yeah,
I just dropped the pupa. There goes the pupa. The pupa's walking away.
Yeah, that's me. I'm holding the pupa. Yeah, so the end of the first episode, we find out that the pupa will eventually evolve and destroy the Earth and terraform it to turn it into a new planet where they came from. I forgot the name of the planet.
I don't know. I don't remember that detail, but yeah, I completely forgot about that detail about the about the pupa.
Yeah, because they only bring it up like twice or three times.
Yeah, and I know that they're nervous about the pupa prematurely like destroying the Earth or whatever, because
they might kill them.
Yeah, I think that they're trying to, like, essentially what the goal of season 1 is for them to fix the spaceship, I guess, so that the pupa could destroy the Earth and they're at a safe distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the whole goal.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Corvo is the only one trying to fix the spaceship,
and everybody else doesn't
obviously
care.
Yeah, obviously the replicants don't know much. Even Yumulak, who kind of considers himself sort of a scientist, he doesn't know shit, and Terry's just useless.
Yeah. Yeah, Terry's awesome. I just love though that, like, he is somebody, he's essentially a tourist on Earth, and he's just trying to soak up every minute of it. And I like how ingrained he is. Like, there's a joke where he's talking shit about, like, somebody. He's like, yeah, he'd be the type of guy that would start a murder mystery podcast. Like, listening to it's okay, but like starting one, geez, I don't know.
He just gets pop culture.
He does.
Or at least really strives to emulate it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think he does a pretty good job of it too. Like there's the jet ski episode where they have the whenever they're nervous, they like sweat out these little micro creatures. And
gooblers, right? That's what they're called. Gooblers.
Man, you're so much better at the terminology. But yeah, and like, I guess if you're stressed out enough, like, there's one that if it comes out red, like, it's so, I guess purpose is to kill the person that I guess
Sweated
it out, yeah. And all of this is going on. Like Corvo, he sweats out a red Coopler, and
Googler.
and all of this is going on while Terry is getting ready to buy a jet ski from this guy who's so into his jet ski.
He wants to make sure it goes to a good family.
Right. Oh, man.
That's our first introduction to him.
Yeah, one of the things that I like about the show is that it feels like they really took their time with creating the world, creating the lore around the characters themselves, you know? Like it just feels like it's well thought out. Like the sweat, like the nervous like sweating that creates these gooblers things, like that's straight up from episode 1. Like they had it pretty much figured out, like right then and there. Like okay, when they get nervous, this is gonna happen to them, which is such a random detail, but like I like it because it's there. It makes it kind of unique in that way. You know, we don't really think about like nervous sweats as more than nervous sweats, but like for an
aliens being nervous in general.
Yeah, right.
When you think about it, yeah. They're supposed to know everything. They're more advanced than us, but no, it's these guys are just as messed up and neurotic and crazy about things as we are.
Right.
They just have better technology.
Right, exactly. And then like that's essentially it. Like even the smartest guy isn't a god like Rick is, you know? Nah. And
he's just a guy trying to fix a spaceship.
Yeah, and while trying to live on Earth and having to adapt, essentially living with 3 kids plus a what's it called?
A potential world-ending disaster.
Yeah. What's the name? The goopler. Oh, pupa.
The pupa.
The pupa. You know, this guy who's living with 3 kids and a pupa. Yeah, like he's forced to adapt to Earth culture, you know, like I think it's episode 1 where it's all about like them having to deal with the homeowners association, and so their solution to it is
episode 2, I think.
Oh, it's episode 2. Okay, where their solution is to just become the president of the homeowners association. you know?
and then they he's so obsessed with them because he realizes it's sort of a popularity contest.
Yeah.
He wants to know what everybody is thinking about him, so he infects the entire city with like nanobots. He puts them in the water system so people drink it and he can learn their thoughts. But eventually the nanobots gain sentience and like decide to become the president instead of him.
And because they are all knowing, since they've literally infected the entire neighborhood. Yeah, it's his neuroticism that really gets in his own way. And
yeah, I actually really like that thing, like that he didn't infect the town to like take them over. He just wanted to make sure that he was liked.
Yeah. Yeah,
like the potential was there. He just used it for very mundane mundane goals.
Now that you put it that way, like I like Corvo and I like Terry because they're not so in your face about it. The replicants, I find them a lot less interesting because like they're essentially kids and they're going to schools and like yeah, sure, they're getting bullied and stuff and they're trying to fit in just as much as Terry and Corvo are, but like they're trying to fit in such a much more mundane way, like fitting in high school. And so like for me, it doesn't really, like those storylines don't really get me, especially because everybody there is such an asshole. Like
the one that kind of got me was Yamulak and Jesse grow these flowers out of their head.
Yeah.
And so Jesse's flower makes people
like them.
Like it releases like something, and it's sort of like, it kind of reminded me of ecstasy or something.
Yeah.
Like the way people were acting, like very loving, very touching, very emotional.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, what are you, like they're at the party and like one of the girls
Yeah.
comes up to them and is like, oh, what are you on? I'm on Jesse. And then like she gets she gets sprayed with the spores.
You gotta remember, nobody likes them.
Yeah, nobody likes them.
Nobody likes, like even the principals and the teachers, like the freaking principal of their school on the first episode is like, what are you filthy fucking aliens doing?
Yeah,
like flipping the shit out. They're just walking down the hallway.
Right.
But because of the little flower, like it altered people's moods, and like so they started liking Jesse. And then Yamulek's kind of cocaine-ish, I guess, because they got super like very energized, like, oh dude, let's go do this, and like freaking muscle flexing super hard.
Yeah, I think what I like the most about it though is that like they thought it was puberty, and it just turned out that it was just like a head fungus because they don't wash their heads.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so we haven't really talked about it, but I think that it's kind of important. The wall.
The wall. Okay, so earlier I mentioned that Yamulek likes shrinking people.
Yeah. Like you just look at him the wrong way, he'll shrink you. You have a red
and
shirt,
what he does,
he'll shrink you.
He's got he's got a terrarium in his wall.
Mm-hmm.
Like floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
Like small little cells.
It's huge.
And it's an entire like society in there because he's shrank so many people. Like you said, if you have a red shirt. And why? Because he wanted a guy with a red shirt.
Yeah, essentially
wants a collection.
Essentially he just sees the human race as
playthings.
Yeah, as playthings, as collectibles for him. I guess that's like his way.
And I do have to say, like this was like my favorite secondary storyline.
The wall
of the show. The wall.
Okay, hold on. What was your first?
Just Corbo having to deal with Terry.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, the wall was like.
The wall was cool, there. Right?
Yeah.
Like the wall was cool. Like the episode. I think it's episode 7 where it's just solely focused on the wall. Like you don't even actually get dialogue from the main cast, but you see them in background shots. Like that was such a cool episode because we really got to spend time with those characters, and we got a finale to that storyline. And if it decides to continue on in season 2, I kind of hope so because of the way it ended. But
it was such a freaking twist ending on that.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, man. Like power corrupts.
Yep.
You know, and the realization that like in the wall, there is obtainable power, but outside in the earth, like the world is too big. Like it's not. It's kind of like the Rome problem that we were talking about earlier. Yeah, that was a twist. But anyways, yeah, I really just like that there is like a society that's being built unbeknownst to Yamulek and Jesse. That like Jesse even like there's a church that's surrounded on the grace of Jesse because Jesse is more empathetic to human life and wants to be accepted, that she actually like takes the time to go in there and give them medicine or give them food or give them whatever that she thinks that they need. And
well, I mean,
she doesn't want
to. That's a bit of a stretch because I think it's more like she's the only one that feeds them.
Well, that's what I mean. I don't like. She doesn't do it like to her. It's like she sees it as like it's. I think that for her, it's like she's doing it to, like, oh, they're kind of our pets, you know, like we should. But like to them,
that's definitely what she's doing.
Yeah, but to them, it means more to them, like that they actually started a church, worshiping Jesse.
Yeah, I mean, only problem with all that is that she basically just feeds them sugar.
Right. Yeah. I also just really like the visuals of it though, where like you see them using like thumbtacks and like toothpicks like as their weapons and stuff, and like how like just creating a world with like like everyday household items that we would find, like to them it's just how they created that world inside the wall.
Yeah. Well, everything stayed the same size, they just shrunk.
Exactly, but like that we see, like I just like the visuals of it. That's all I'm really commenting on.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like like everything that they use, like them using freaking alcohol as like fuel for the torches and stuff.
Yeah.
Them using matches as torches.
Yeah.
Using toothpicks as arrows.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And I think what's funny about this though is that like, because the wall was essentially like the way it was like set up was that this wall is Yumulak's like where he puts people who have messed with him, who like I think one of the characters or the the leader in there, I think
the guy that milked the mouse.
No, not him. Oh, no. Yeah, I guess him. The AT&T CEO.
Yeah, he was an AT&T CEO.
Yeah, that he just
to Yumulak.
He farted in an elevator, right? And blamed it on. Yeah, he farted in the elevator, okay. And he blamed it on Yumulak.
So he got shrunk and stuck in the terrarium.
Yeah, I was thinking about. Let me see. God, I'm trying to pull up the cast list, but it's not doing it fast enough. It's the Duke. He says that like we are all people that have nothing in common besides that we pissed off a teenage alien. Like that's how the wall is set up. Like from the first episode that we see the wall, and the main character essentially of the wall is Tim. And the only thing that we know about Tim prior to being put in the wall is that he had a red shirt. And I like that. I like that we kind of just got like a blank slate of a character. We don't know him prior to going into the wall, and so that when they focused on him being the character and becoming the leader of the revolution against the Duke, it's just some guy who happened to be passing by with a red shirt.
That was his big mistake, because Yumulak didn't have a guy with the red shirt.
And that's it. That's it.
Yeah. He needed to complete the collection. What about the female protagonist of the wall? Why did she go in there? I forgot.
Sherry?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, will we? I think she's done.
She's done. Oh, yeah, she is.
Yeah, she's done. I don't really want to say much more than that, because I'd really like for whoever hasn't watched the show to just watch it, because the wall storyline is pretty fantastic. And if you're kind of like on the fence about Solar Opposites, because like, oh, it's just a different version of Rick and Morty, or it's a how you said it's derivative of Rick and Morty. I think that the wall storyline is enough to kind of like to keep you going. But just know that while this pretty cool storyline's going on, you got fucking motherfucking Terry! Woo!
Oh, I think it would be fun to mention that his ex-girlfriend is also named Terry, but with an I.
Oh, that's right. That was yeah. That was a pretty fun detail. When that other guy, when they changed history, and they altered like the space-time continuum, and then they got a fifth member of their group, and I don't know who it was. I don't remember the name of him, but he's just kind of a douchebag. And so they go back and try to kill him, and then he reemerges, and he's like dating Terry's ex, but now she's not Terry, she's this guy, but with an I.
Yeah. Dude,
yeah.
How did they eventually change everything back? Vambo, yes.
Yeah, it's Vambo, and so she becomes Vanby.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
How did they change everything back? You asked.
Yeah, because they went in the past and then they got Vambo, so they had to go back in time to like not get Vambo.
You're gonna get mad if I tell you.
No, I'm not.
It was a simulation.
Oh, that's right. God damn it, I forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah.
In the Pretendo deck.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a simulation. And it was funny because like, oh, we had to be in a simulation. Like, it's like the Matrix. He was like, don't be stupid. If this was the Matrix, we would have ones and zeros, green ones and zeros everywhere. I like Corvo, man, and I like Terry. I'm sorry.
No, I like Corvo too. He's up there, one of my favorites. I don't know if I like him or the pupa better. Because the pupa's
cool.
The pupa's cool. The pupa has his own thing going on, like just completely independent from Terry and Corvo.
Did you notice in the episode where the pupa, like, I guess gets thrown into the trash on trash day, and so he gets like put in a cage, like some, like, I guess black market,
sold it to like black market,
yeah, some black market salesman like finds him and puts him in a cage. Did you notice that all those animals that were there are essentially Disney characters?
Yeah, you had a Paddington Bear, you had freaking Donald Duck,
Mickey Mouse,
Minnie Mouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a cool detail. I don't know if it was like as obvious to everyone though.
Yeah, but the guy had copies though. That's what I noticed, because I noticed at least 3 Donald Ducks.
Oh, no way! I didn't notice that. Yeah, I didn't notice that. That's cool. So, all right. So we found out like right before we were recording that like next month season 2 drops.
Mm-hmm. So
are you interested? Are you interested in watching season 2?
Oh, yeah, 2? Dude. We already watched season 1. We might as well do season 2.
Okay. I mean, I was just wondering, like, if we weren't going to do it for the podcast, I wasn't even thinking about asking to do season 2 for the podcast, but, like...
Yeah.
But we can. I'm totally down. Like, if you liked it enough, you would watch it on your own.
Yeah, I would watch it. Well, I told you, I'm probably going to give it another see-through.
Cool. My biggest hope, or my biggest, like, I guess, like, pie in the sky that I want from Solar Opposites is that if we eventually find maybe a crossover between Solar Opposites and Rick and Morty.
Mm-hmm.
It couldn't be too hard to pull off, right?
Well, I know there's the whole multiple dimensions thing from Rick and Morty, so...
Exactly. I think
it could be it could be sort of like a Marvel or DC multiverse situation.
Yeah, I think that the only thing that would probably get in the way is maybe like licensing issues, like where like each show is, I guess, where its home is at. Like it could probably be a problem, but like if they can work something out and we get a Solar Opposites crossover with Rick and Morty, I'd be super down. I'd love to see what that is. I mean, I know that like Rick is gonna be Rick and not give a shit about any of these characters, but like, can you imagine like maybe Terry hanging out with Jerry?
That would be a great episode, dude.
Yeah.
Just doing the most stupid things, thinking they're very meaningful.
Right. I can see Jerry just being... Oh, no, not Jerry. I can see Terry, though, even seeing, like, how worthless Jerry is and being like, dude, you suck as a human. Let me teach you how to live. You know, something like that.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of Rick and Morty and speaking of Derek, I really do want a redemption for him.
Do you?
Like, just eventually.
I never finished...
Right away.
I never finished season 4. I gotta get back to it eventually. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of like Jerry being the butt of the joke. My favorite episode in season 3 is when Rick and Jerry hang out.
Yeah.
And you know, like he takes them to that planet where like nobody can die as long as you're inside the force field.
Mm-hmm.
like when I think of Jerry, like I just think of like when he's like riding in the sack of that monster and like its testicles are just hitting Jerry in the face.
He just gets to the dumbest situations because he wants to be independent from Rick, even though, like, dude, you're in space. This is like Rick's domain.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just do what he tells you.
Yeah, essentially. Alrighty, man. So, you think this is a good place to wrap it up? You got anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to say about Solar Opposites?
7.5 out of 10.
Oh, okay. You gave it a rating. Cool.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I think that the number system is too hard for me to wrap my head around. Like, I would rather just leave it as I liked it. I liked it a lot. I watched enough to watch it twice. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to season 2. I'm glad that it's actually right around the corner, which really helps because I was kind of feeling a little bit insecure about picking this show for us to watch for the podcast because it's like, oh, well, it's not really topical, but like, hey, in a month it will be.
Yes.